Fear of abandonment. There's a fear that cuts deeper than danger or uncertainty, the fear of being left behind, not forgotten for a moment, but abandoned. When silence stretches on, when prayers seem unanswered, and when God feels distant, that fear can start to sound like truth. Scripture doesn't dismiss that fear. It meets it head on in the story of Naomi. Ruth 1 opens with famine, displacement, and loss stacked on top of loss. Naomi leaves Bethlehem with a husband and 2 sons. She returns with none of them. Standing on the road back home, she says in anguish, "The hand of the Lord has gone out against me." Ruth 1:13. That's not rebellion, that's grief. Naomi believes God has abandoned her because everything familiar has been stripped away. But Scripture quietly reframes what abandonment actually is. Loss is not the same thing as desertion. Silence is not absence. God often works through emptiness, not around it. Naomi returns to Bethlehem believing she has nothing left, but what she doesn't see is that God is repositioning her, back on her family's land, back among her people, back inside the promises tied to that place. Micah 5:2 tells us Bethlehem is no ordinary town. It's where a ruler would come whose origins are from ancient days. Through Ruth, a foreign widow who refuses to leave, God preserves Naomi's inheritance. Ruth becomes the great-grandmother of King David, and from David's line comes Jesus. What felt like abandonment was actually protection. What looked like loss was God keeping the promise intact. That's why Scripture can say, without minimizing pain, "It is the Lord who goes before you. He will not leave you or forsake you." Deuteronomy 31:8. God's faithfulness is often hidden, but it is never absent. Fear tells us silence means rejection. Scripture tells us silence can mean preparation. What feels like abandonment may be God repositioning you for promise.